right, ready to dive into some Hindu mythology?
Always.
Today we're looking at Bhagirath and his epic quest to bring the sacred Ganga River down to earth.
Sounds intense.
Oh, it is. And we've got some amazing graphic novels to guide us through this tale of devotion, perseverance, and a whole lot of divine drama.
Graphic novels, that's a cool way to explore this.
Right, perfect for visual learners like me. So this story kicks off with some serious trouble brewing on Earth. People are being tormented at night by, well, nobody knows who.
A mystery. I love it.
It turns out the culprits are these demonic beings called asuras, hiding in the ocean.
The ocean. Wow, that makes them pretty hard to reach.
Exactly. And that's a huge problem for the devas. They want to help, but how do you fight an enemy hiding in the depths of the ocean?
Good question.
Well, Vishnu, the preserver god, comes up with a rather drastic solution. He tells the devas to dry up the ocean.
Whoa, dry up the whole ocean. That's a bold move.
Yeah, no kidding. But it's the only way to expose the asuras and make them vulnerable.
Okay, I'm starting to see where this is going. But how do you even dry up an entire ocean?
That's where Sage Agastya enters the picture. This guy is seriously impressive. He literally drinks the entire ocean.
He drinks it. The whole thing.
The whole thing. Can you imagine the power it would take to do that?
It's mind-boggling.
Talk about a thirst quencher, right? But Agastya drinking the ocean creates another, well, slight problem.
Yeah, what happens to everything that lived in there?
I mean, you're not wrong, but I was thinking more along the lines of, now we have a completely empty ocean.
Oh, right. Kind of important for, well, everything.
Exactly. So now what? Well, enter King Sagara, who's performing a grand ritual known as the Ashwamedha sacrifice.
Oh, I've heard of that. Isn't that a horse sacrifice to show the king's power?
You got it. It's meant to secure prosperity for his kingdom. A pretty big deal.
So what does this have to do with the empty ocean?
Well, things get a little complicated. Indra, the king of the gods, decides to play a prank.
Uh-oh. Never a good sign when a god decides to prank someone.
He steals the sacrificial horse. Chaos ensues.
Oh, so that's where the 60,000 suns come in, right?
You know it. Sagara, understandably furious, sends his 60,000 sons. Yes, you heard that right. To find the missing horse.
That's a lot of suns.
They're determined, these guys. They dig and dig, tearing through the earth, searching high and low.
They must have been pretty desperate to find that horse.
They're digging so intense it causes an earthquake.
Sibling rivalry taken to a whole new level.
And their journey takes them to some pretty wild places, including the netherworld, the realm of the dead. Talk about a dangerous family reunion.
So they're digging through the earth, searching for this horse, and end up in the underworld.
Yep, and guess who they stumble upon there?
Oh no, don't tell me, another sage.
Ding, ding, ding. Sage Kapila, deep in meditation. And we all know how much sages love being interrupted.
Yeah, not so much.
Kapila is furious. So furious, in fact, that he incinerates all 60,000 sons with a single glance.
Wow.
Talk about a bad day for the Sagara family.
So now you've got 60,000 princes turned to ash in the netherworld. What happens next?
Well, that's where the story takes an interesting turn. Enter Sagara's grandson, Amsuman. He's determined to redeem his uncles and liberate their souls.
Okay, but how?
He learns from Kapila that there's only one way: bring the sacred River Ganga down to earth.
Ganga, the goddess.
The one and only. Apparently, her waters have the power to purify even the most troubled souls.
So that's where Bhagirath's epic journey begins.
You got it. But that, my friend, is a story for part 2 of our deep dive. So Amsuman has to bring the goddess Ganga to earth. No pressure, right?
Well, it's a pretty big ask. I mean, we're not talking about just any river here. She's a force of nature, a symbol of purity, forgiveness, the essence of divine grace.
Yeah, bringing her down to earth, that's a cosmic event. It would change everything, wouldn't it?
Absolutely. Think about it. It's not just about those 60,000 souls.
What?
Bringing Ganga to earth would be like a gift for all humanity.
Cleanse the land, offer a path to salvation. It'd be a whole new era of spiritual renewal.
Exactly. And that's why this story has resonated for so long. That connection between humans and the divine, the personal struggles, and these massive cosmic events, it's powerful.
But let's get back to Amsuman. So he tries to bring Ganga down, but
He fails.
oh, so close, yet so far.
And then his son, Dilipa, picks up where he left off, devotes his life to this quest, intense austerities, countless prayers, the whole 9 yards.
But he fails too.
He does. It's a stark reminder that this task, It requires something more than just, being a king or a prince.
More than earthly power.
Exactly. It demands a level of devotion that goes beyond anything we can really comprehend. A purity of heart and unwavering commitment, almost superhuman.
Okay, so enter Bhagirath, Dilipa's son, right?
Right. And before he even takes the throne, he makes this vow.
The vow to bring Ganga down.
He won't rest until he succeeds, until his ancestors are finally free.
This is where things get really interesting. He heads straight for the Himalayas and just throws himself into these intense penances to please Brahma.
Years of meditation, fasting, enduring hardship. It's all about tapas.
Tapas.
Spiritual discipline, austerity, refining the mind, purifying the soul, attracting the attention of the divine.
And it works.
It does. Brahma, moved by Bhagirath's devotion, appears before him. He agrees to grant his request, but there's a catch.
There's always a catch.
Brahma warns him. Ganga's descent, it'll be powerful. So powerful, in fact, it could shatter the earth.
Okay, yeah, that's a slight problem.
Only one being can withstand that impact.
Don't tell me. Another sage.
This time it's Shiva, the god of destruction.
Shiva. Wow. Okay, things just got serious.
Bhagiratha now has to convince Shiva to help.
Which is, well, Shiva's known for being, shall we say, a little unpredictable.
And incredibly powerful.
So how do you even approach a god like that?
Well, that's the amazing thing about Bhagiratha. He doesn't let fear stop him. He takes on this new challenge with the same determination.
So more intense penance to appease Shiva.
Even more intense. He dedicates himself completely to this new goal.
Double the meditation, double the fasting, double the hardship. Wow, this guy is really going all out.
And guess what? It works again. Shiva, impressed by Bhagiratha's sincerity, agrees to help.
He's gonna hold Ganga back.
He's gonna receive Ganga in his matted locks, cushion her fall.
So the earth doesn't get destroyed. Clever.
Yeah.
But wait, wasn't Ganga kind of, well, forceful?
You're remembering her little display of power.
A river with an ego? That's gotta be interesting. So what happens when she meets Shiva?
Well, as she descends from the heavens, she's full of pride, a sense of her own importance. And as she's flowing towards Shiva,
Oh, now here we go.
she tries to use her power to sweep him away, drag him down to the underworld.
She's challenging Shiva, the god of destruction.
It's like she's trying to prove something.
Bold move, Ganga. Bold move.
And what does Shiva do?
He catches her, effortlessly, in his matted locks, traps her there. For years.
Years.
Poor Bhagiratha. He must have been wondering what was going on.
His quest is on hold. Ganga's trapped, Shiva's unfazed. What happens next?
Well, that's where we pick up in part 3 of our deep dive.
Okay, so Ganga's on her way to Earth, finally. But she's stuck in Shiva's hair.
Well, she is flowing, technically. But yeah, not exactly the grand entrance she probably imagined.
And Bhagirath is patiently waiting. What happens next?
So Shiva's guiding her flow,
Yeah.
right? Making sure she takes the right path.
Right.
And that path leads her close to, wait, you're not going to believe this.
Another sage.
Bingo. Sage Janu. Deep in meditation, performing this sacred ritual.
Let's hope Ganga's learned her lesson about interrupting meditating sages.
You'd think, right. But even though Shiva's guiding her, she's still, well, Ganga. A powerful and sometimes unpredictable force of nature.
So what happens?
Her turbulent flow, it ends up disrupting Janu's ceremony.
Oh.
Yeah, he's not happy about it. Not one bit.
Yeah.
He drinks her.
He drinks the whole river.
The entire Ganga River. Come on.
Wow. I mean, I knew sages were powerful, but that's a whole other level. It really shows you, even with divine power in play, human emotions, they can really shake things up.
So Ganga's trapped again. But what about Bhagiratha? He must be devastated.
He's come too far to give up now.
So what does he do?
He goes to Janu, but not with anger, not with demands.
How does he approach him?
Humility, respect. He explains everything, his mission, the need for Ganga to reach the ocean, to purify those ashes.
He's appealing to Janu's compassion.
Exactly. And it works. Janu listens.
So he releases Ganga.
He does. But he also gives her a new name, Jahnavi, his daughter.
It's actually really sweet.
It's this beautiful moment of reconciliation. Ganga, she's been purified by Shiva, now she's accepted, recognized by Janu.
Transformed.
She's no longer just this wild force, there's a grace to her power now.
And then finally she reaches the ocean.
She flows into the ocean, her waters mingling with the salt water, and those 60,000 souls, they're finally purified, liberated.
Bhagirath did it. After generations of struggle, his quest is complete.
It's a triumph. Not just for him, but for his entire lineage, really for all humanity. This incredible act of devotion changing the world.
So what happens to Bhagiratha?
Brahma appears before him, blesses him, declares that those 60,000 sons, their souls will remain in heaven for as long as Ganga flows on earth.
Wow. And what about Ganga? Does she get a reward?
She does, a new name, Bhagirath, to honor the one who brought her down to earth.
It's an amazing story, isn't it? This one man's devotion, his perseverance, it literally changed the course of, well, everything.
It reminds you, even when faced with the impossible, never underestimate the power of faith, of dedication.
Absolutely. It's inspiring. Really makes you think about what Gangas we might be facing in our own lives.
What challenges seem insurmountable? What dreams seem just out of reach?
And what would it take to bring them down to earth?
Exactly. What sacrifices are we willing to make? What level of devotion are we willing to bring?
Well, that's a thought to ponder.
It is.
Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive into the incredible story of Bhagirath and the Ganga.
It's been a pleasure.
We'd love to hear what resonated with you, what Gangas you're working on bringing into the world.
Share your thoughts, your insights, your own journeys of perseverance.
Until next time, keep diving deep.